What's up guys, Styrofoam ranked player Red Nova Tyrant here, and welcome to Running It Down, the #1 ranked ARAM series, but today we're going to do something a little bit different. So it's been about a month since the Spirit Blossom event ended, and I played a bit too much League during that. Probably evidenced by the fact that I got 5 characters to S+. Yeah, that was a thing. But I really enjoyed playing Nexus Blitz. It's a super duper fun game mode. Probably the best event game mode. Better than One for All. Easily better than Earth. So today I wanted to rank each of the fun little mini games that takes place during Nexus Blitz that make it so much more fun than the other formats. And we're going to do this Samira style today. We got S through D, and that's how we're going to go through it. Alright, so we're starting off with Battle Royale. So this is just literally the Fortnite fire circle that closes in on a certain point on the map. This plane variation isn't that great because there's nothing particularly special to it that makes it super interesting and fun. It's just, oh, everybody stay in the circle. It's not the worst event, but it's definitely not the best. It's just kind of mediocre, I suppose. So we're gonna put that in, I think C tier fits for that. Okay. Next, we'll do another variation of Battle Royale, the Juggernaut version. Now, this is the best version of Battle Royale, where somebody just gets jacked as fuck and sends the enemy team to Tilted Towers. Now, if your team's Juggernaut sucks, then you're gonna be the ones going to Tilted Towers. It's just really funny seeing two teams kind of support a giant player and actually have that giant player be good and useful, because we'll be coming back to that kind of motif in a bit. And it's fun. It's just good. So that's like A rank, I suppose. It's a good game mode. Battle Royale Paranoia. Well, if you're Fiddlesticks, it's an S tier instant pentakill event. Otherwise, the fear aspect is nuts, and it really requires communication to get through the event successfully, which is something I really like. Otherwise, it's just kind of scary how you're waiting to see who's going to make the first move and drop all their ultimates on the other team and see how it cleans up. Yeah, the locking out of pings and everything makes it a lot more difficult and interesting, but it can be annoying at the same time. So we're going to drop it right in the middle and give that a B rank rating. King of the Hill. Very good show. The event, not super exciting, and it usually ends really quickly because it doesn't take very long to actually capture it. It can also be a very bullshit event if it spawns in the enemy jungle. So I'm gonna drop it down to like D tier. It's really boring. It's not a great event, to be perfectly honest. It's just too easy. So the next two are very similar to each other. We have Loot Timo and Loot Vigar. Loot Timo gets B rank. You get a lot of gold from doing this event as you chase this little shit around the map. It's especially funny when you lose sight of him and your whole team is like arguing, where'd the Timo go? Where'd the Timo go? Oh, there he is! And then everybody just starts running in that direction to try and kill him. And it's really fun. This is another event that has the enemy jungle problem, where if he just spends the entire event in enemy jungle, you're probably not going to win. The thing that bumps him up above other ones like King of the Hill is that he actually moves, so there's a chance that he might leave the enemy jungle and make it a bit fair, but he can get camped out in there, so B rank. Loot Vigar is going to be put down to C rank. He is literally the same as Timo. The only reason he's C is because he makes those goddamn baby cages, and that is very annoying for a chase-based event. DPS Check is a C rank. If you, for some fucking reason, did not take a DPS character for your team, this one is going to be bad. It's a boring event where you just smack a pole, and whichever team can smack the pole harder wins. And again, another event that if it's in the enemy jungle, you're probably not going to win. And this is it's bordering on King of the Hill level of boring because it doesn't move unless you have a hook character. That's one of the few things you can do to change things up, but even then, you're not going to be pulling it that many times over the course of the event. It's the reason it's in C tier is because it actually requires interaction with the event. It's kind of like comparing two different Destiny bounties. One of them, you go to a spot and just fucking stand there, and the other one, you go to a spot and kill some shit. In this case, deal damage to the totem. Prize fight, S tier. This is the best event in the game. There is no fighting it. Prize fight is just a fucking fight pit of chaos where 1v1s and 2v2s face off in the middle of the map on Rust, interventions, quick scoping only, truly for the best of the best, and is definitely the greatest test of skill out of any of the event, being able to fight in 2v2s or the 1v1 at the very end. It's even funnier when you get to watch your friends and other allies struggle in the pit, especially if they're dunking on the enemy or if they get dunked on, and it's just really a lot of fun to shit on each other about this event. It's truly the best moment. There's that level of fear and excitement. It's just, there's nothing like prize fight. Now we go from the best event to the worst. Protect the Soraka. This is dog shit. This event sucks. I hate this fucking event. All your Soraka does is int herself into the enemy team and barely gets any abilities off, while the other team's Soraka stays back and keeps your group alive, while they burn your Soraka to the ground like a straw dummy dipped in kerosene. It's so unbelievably bad because there's like no way to control the Soraka. She just seems to... I thought for some time that she just generally stayed in the area of the team, or like tried to stay near the middle of them, and that seemed to be the case, and then she would just start running it down, and I'm like, well, I guess there's no way to really keep an eye on her, because she'll just jump under their fucking tower, I guess. D tier, absolute trash event. Push the cart is fine. It's some fun back and forth between the teams, and the resulting reward is actually really great on top of like whatever random reward you get, because it's just instant tower jihad. Kind of bullshit though when the event goes for too long and then the cart just flies past everyone and ends it depending on which side it's on. I mean, it makes sense because the event's over, but it just feels like bullshit. It's like, oh, they just instantly won. All the pushing and pulling was for nothing then, I guess. It's what it feels like to me, at least. Push the cart, attack, and defend is actually going to be an A rank because it's better than the original, because now there's 2 carts instead of just 1. So there's more teamwork needed, more interesting planning and resource allocation, and it's even better if you can, as you're pushing one of the carts, you destroy the enemy tower and then change the course of the cart. It's really cool. I like that aspect a lot. So there's a lot of really weird team movement in this game mode, and I really like it. Scuttle Racing is a B rank. It's in the upper echelons of the B rank, though. It's probably like the highest rated B rank event. It's very fun. No, that's not true. How do I word it? Scuttle Crab has a lot of excitement and hype to the way that the event works. Because you're basically just, you're turtle racing and you're beating the living crap out of the other person's turtle. That's what this event is. It can be pretty easily cheesed by, well, not killing it's not cheesing it, but hook characters, knockback, anything like that. Like if you got a Thresh and a Blitzcrank on your team, you're probably going to win because all you're going to do is pull the Scuttle Crab back down the line the entire time. So that's a thing. So it has a lot, but it has a lot to do with fighting the other team and killing the Scuttle and deciding which one you want to get first. So it's all right, but it is kind of the same thing each time. There's not too much variation, I suppose. It's a fine game mode. B rank. Sudden Death, the one that happens at the very end of the game. It's still technically an event, so I'm gonna give it B rank. It's good because it means the game's about to end and you can just get your tokens and leave. and it's just kind of chaotic. It's just a bunch of team fighting with a boss to kill, and it's good. It's like two teams trying to steal Baron from each other at the same time, except there's two Barons. Earth Deathmatch for the finale is an A rank. It is the top of A rank, and is probably the most crack-headed event, since everyone gets all of their ability back on every single round, and just turns into a complete clusterfuck of like ultimates and all kinds of crazy shit flinging around. The only problem is that the enemy team also gets everything back, so if they have better team fight ultimates than you, they will probably wipe the floor with you, or if they're in the lead and they got more items and kills and whatnot, they're just gonna breeze right over your team, and the event can be pretty easily skewed if you build your team around it. So it's a lot of fun, but it can get annoying if the other team just wipes the floor with you in it. And that is all the Nexus Blitz events on a tier list. Do you agree with the placements? Do you think there's some that should be higher, lower? What do you think? If you rate Protect the Soraka higher than D, I'm just gonna say right now you're wrong. And if you rate Prize Fight anything lower than S, you are also wrong. So those are the only things that you can't touch. Everything else, go for it. Have fun. But that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Always keep inting, and I'll see you soon.